What's up, guys? Welcome to 𝙄𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙚 podcasting for interview 51. I got the one and only, the legendary man himself, the multitasker. He's the founder of Trillopia, the founder of CozyMoon, and he was also just discussing before we got on here that he does the mobile home stuff too, right?
Yes,
so how's
sir.
that brought about before we start the whole conversation?
Mobile homes, I've been in the mobile home game ever since I was a child. Really, my dad put me onto the mobile home game.
Okay.
And so my brother, he's really big 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬𝙚𝙬, and you can check him out on Instagram, the mobile home closers.
Okay.
But he's really big on mobile homes, and so talking to him every single day about mobile homes and talking about how you can flip mobile homes and make more money with mobile homes and stuff like that, like that's really got me interested.
Yeah, as it should, man. Make you a boss. But I just wanted people to see what, because I know that's new. That was new for me, because this man's doing everything, bro. If you don't know who this is, I don't even have to introduce his name, but we are. It's Hasan, the dude, founder of Trillopia, founder of CozyMoon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
I know it was a late introduction, but I wanted people, you know what I mean? I don't know if you know, but in the beginning of a video, depends on the video, but the first 3 seconds or 5 seconds is the way to capture a person, you know? And that's why I think if people are like, oh, mobile homes, like, you'd be surprised, you know what I mean? People be like, oh, I might have to listen to this. So yeah, tune in for this one. But yeah, man, thank you for hopping on last minute. I know we just dapped up, you know, because everything pops up that you can't control, but you just have to learn how to balance it and maneuver around it and, you know, be appreciative of life. So again, thank you for coming on. But let's start off with the logistic or the beginning part of how you became who you are now. Where are you from?
Charleston, South Carolina. Grew up in Somerville, in a mobile home park called Hershey Park.
Oh wow!
Yeah, went to Knightsville Elementary. Really grew up, like in my elementary school days, really kind of grew up by myself. And then my siblings started moving back in with me. And yeah, that was like around middle school time, and so yeah, like
that's cool. I mean, just in general though, man, I went to Newington Elementary School, and then went to 𝙄𝙧𝙧𝙀. But the fact that you live near Hershey Park, you were right around the corner, because I was living in Corey Woods.
Oh wow!
Since I was 2nd grade, so that means from like 2nd grade to like, you know, we'll dig into middle school. Like we probably bumped heads, you know. We could have been at the movies or you know, seeing Spider-Man or something. Like just something, bro. As a kid, you never know, because you're just like,
that's crazy.
But it is cool. So like, do you have anything that like you remember the most in elementary school, or something that like stuck out the most? Maybe a friend or like.
I remember playing basketball a lot. Ooh, and I remember skateboarding a lot, just
like,
around the neighborhood.
Like recreationally, or like you know, on a team?
Recreationally.
That's cool.
But I was on a team. Like we had
Upward.
Upward. Upward was crazy. That was mad dope. But yeah, being on a team and just being outside all the time, trying everything. I used to really be big in like X Games, biking, dirt bikes, and stuff like that.
Curricular activity stuff, outdoors.
Like,
that's cool, man, because I feel like the era of like kids now don't know what that's like. You know, and it sucks, because it's something that's self-explanatory, because we all know, but why are we not changing that? You know, and this is not what this is about, but it's like, come on, bro, we missed it. Yeah, like wrestling, everything. Nigel Houston, skateboarding, like. You just
that's my favorite skateboarder right there.
Yeah, man. That's like, you know, I can go on, but. What's up, guys? I'm proud to announce the collaboration with Trillopia for this commercial. We're gonna show you guys what we got in store. Here we go.
Yes, sir. You got bucket hats. We got tie-dye tees. We got the OG Trillopia tees. And then we got a new drop coming soon, real quick. Rise to Elevate. Number 2 in the middle for 5% off at checkout. Check it out.
Peace, guys. But just in general though, I just like to ask that after elementary school, you know, leading up to middle school, was it like something that, because my last interview, actually, shout out to Mike Burner, he was telling me that it wasn't fun, like he had people bullying him and stuff like that. Was that something that you felt like was a rupturing around middle school for you, or were you like more of like a popular person?
For middle school, it was crazy, because so from Somerville in 5th grade, I moved to Goose Creek. And so I had to go to a whole new middle school, so I didn't know anybody.
You're the only sibling?
I got 3 sisters and 2 brothers, but I was living alone at the time. So they're basically all my house.
So you were basically alone though.
Yeah.
Like I'm only saying that because I went to school. I have 6 siblings at the time. Nobody's messing with me. You know what I mean? I got siblings everywhere. So it's like I'm just curious.
Right. They weren't necessarily like around me like that.
Yeah.
So
But that plays a factor. You know what I mean? That really does, especially when like as a kid you don't have no one to play with, but. Man, I don't want to dig deep, bro.
Right. You're good. It's went to Westview Middle School.
Oh wow, that's a big change. It was like from different cities, basically.
Yeah, literally. And but I would say, I was pretty cool. Like everybody I got to know, like it was all cool. I wouldn't say I was really in elementary school. It was like the most kind of quote unquote bullying. Mm-hmm. But those were like, as I see it now, those were like all older kids who wasn't like sure of themselves, and their home life wasn't the best. And so now that I'm older, I can see why they kind of portrayed that bully lifestyle.
Right.
And so it is what it is. I was pretty cool in middle school. Everybody liked me. Everybody known me for like being funny, dancing, and
your creativity. If that makes sense. I don't even know if I said that right. But no, do you think that you were you actually playing basketball in middle school too?
I was. I wasn't doing as much playing basketball, but I definitely was.
It was something that was just like, if you're chilling with the boys and stuff. That's cool. Because I think that's where I messed up is like after high school, 9th grade-ish, I kind of like gave up. And I feel like I could have actually been something, you know, and it just... Playing that in the back of your mind over and over, I can never allow another kid to feel that feeling. Yeah. I know some people aren't meant to play basketball, but it's like you never know. You know what I mean? That's like telling Miley Cyrus that she can't swing on the ball, but she made it look legendary. You know what I mean? Like it's moments like that, like people will forever remember. But no, other than that, let's go into high school. Like, how was going into? Where'd you go?
Stratford High School. Went there all 4 years. Graduated 2017. Stratford was pretty cool. Like it was cool just being in an environment where you had so many kids coming in at once, just from different schools and stuff like that. And so my freshman year, I met so many more people that I didn't know at Westview, and so now I'm meeting new friends and everything. And classes are in different areas, so it was just a whole different vibe. And so Stratford was pretty cool.
Were you still on your solo dolo stuff kind of in high school and stuff, or was it more of you were making a group? Because a lot of times that's when our friend group kind of develops because we're getting older. But it's like they don't. I definitely
had a particular friend group, but I would say like I was cool with everybody, and so any friend group I would jump to, like the boy knew me, so I was just cool with everybody.
Is that when you started doing your merch and stuff? Was it in high school, or did you take any classes to start doing all that stuff?
So in high school, the crazy part is like I always felt like in high school they didn't really have classes for that type of thing, like if you wanted to make clothes and stuff like that. And so I always thought about that, and I'm like, dang, like. And
what would you even call that? I don't mean to cut you off, but like, what kind of class would you be looking forward to?
You can tell like a graphic design class. Yeah. They don't really have those.
Yeah. Or sewing.
Yeah, sewing. They don't have those. Like you would mainly find that in college, and I think by that time it's a little too late because in high school you want to do all that stuff, but.
You'd be surprised, man.
Yeah, in college it's like
that's a good idea. Maybe that might be another thing he has to go into.
Yeah, for real. And so, at 11th grade, the guidance counselor was talking to me, and crazy part is like 9th and 10th grade, I really wanted to become a game designer, and so I really wanted to start making video games. But as I grew, like I just didn't really want to. I guess I didn't really want to put in that much work to become a game designer.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and you're working as a team as well, so it's not even a you thing, and I always want to be like a me thing.
Yeah.
And so 11th grade, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do after high school, and I knew I didn't want to go to college, and so I knew I had to kind of take the entrepreneur route. And so when I figured out, I was Thrasher magazine is one of the clothes I used to really, really rock in high school. And so when I was seeing like their clothes, I'm like, yo, like their graphic design is like tough. Like I just like their t-shirts,
the structure and stuff.
Yeah, and everything. Like
and the way they advertise it.
Yeah, for real. And I'm like, yo, I could really do that. Like, and so then I had my Instagram name was Trillopia back then, and so I was like, I could take Trillopia, I can make the same font and do the same thing with that, and
but make your own type of your own lane, if that makes sense. Because I don't look at this and think like Thrashers. I'm not gonna count.
Literally.
Like I feel like a whole different vibe, and I feel you on that, man. Because that's where it starts. Like you just get an idea, a vision, and then it just like, you know, you just attack. And I don't know. I think it's cool, bro. Because I've been rocking this shirt for about almost a year and a half or two. And it's been one of my favorite shirts, especially in photo shoots. So I feel like your shirts are really, like, your clothing design and all that was, like, a good idea, bro, if that makes sense.
That's honestly one of, like, everybody, that's one of my best sellers right there. Like, everybody tells me they love that shirt.
I've seen, like, 3 people, I forgot who the other dude is. You're not me, man. I was joking. But no, it's cool, bro. So, like, when did you actually start Trillopia? Like, was it, like, I know we said it, but, like, when did you first do it? Like, what was, can you...
I remember, like, so my logo was a turtle, and so I was in art class, right? And
like 11th grade, 12th grade?
12th grade.
So you were already about to get out of... So were you trying to figure something out?
Yeah, I was trying to figure everything out. Like, I knew I wanted to start a clothing brand, but I had no idea how to make clothes whatsoever. So I had to figure out, like, okay, I know I need a logo. I got the name for it, but I need a logo. And so... Everybody, I mean, I guess everybody called me like a Ninja Turtle back then.
Hey,
so like, I guess everybody has like their spirit animal, and so a turtle was just. I had a guy in art class. He was like, "Yo, like, tell me to draw something." He was just bored, but he was really good at drawing though. His name was like Josue. Josue, if you ever out there, bro, like, I think I saw him on Snapchat. I just don't ever talk to him. But he was really, really good at art, and so I told him, you know, draw me a turtle.
Yeah.
And he drew a turtle. He drew a fire turtle, which is my logo now.
Yeah, it's pretty fire. Right.
And then he put, I told him to put Trillopia inside the shell, and he did that, and it was crazy.
Turned out really good, bro.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm shocked that, like, that's why I was emphasizing on 12th grade, 11th. Like, not many people come up with stuff like that.
Yeah, literally.
Or even rock with the same thing for so long because you want to change it or do something different.
Right.
That's the thing about making a statement for yourself, because I think around here everybody knows who Trillopia is.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to sound weird. They may not know who Hasan is, but they know who Trillopia is. And they see the. It's a wrap. They don't have to see. You know what I mean? So it's about branding yourself. Yeah, and that's why I emphasize on the age, because like I said, it's crazy out here.
Yeah.
So like after high school and stuff like that, what was like? I know you were doing merch, but was there anything else you were kind of like focused on, or? Because I know you did a show, like a fashion show.
Fashion show. That was like
2 years ago. Yeah, I'm just bringing up like what was after high school. Like was that the move? Like you were trying to start shows with your merch?
So after high school, I just wanted, like you said, I just wanted to get the brand out there, and so I wanted people to know what Trillopia was, and like I just wanted people to rock it. Like I wanted to see. In everyday life, I want to see people wearing Trillopia. If I'm in the store, I want to see you wearing my clothing brand.
Right.
And so, shout out to my dad too, and my mom. Like my mom's definitely a big supporter, big help.
That's what you need, man.
But my dad, he got me a heating press, and so I had no idea how to make clothes. And so when he got me the heating press, I was on YouTube University like 24/7.
Right.
So when I learned how to make clothes, boom, did that, and so. Started putting the turtle, my logo, on the shirt, and everybody just started rocking with it. Like it was like, yo, let me get one,
Love, man.
And it was not. I tell you right now, it was not the best quality. But even if it wasn't the best quality, they still loved it. Yeah, like literally, I was making hand deliveries, like
everything,
putting out videos and everything, like literally, like it was.
And you were doing you gave me a buy sock, get one free. I don't know if that was just for me, but you know what I mean? It was dope. Like you have these ideas and stuff that I feel like is dope, and you know, not saying like you haven't pushed it out enough, but if you really just push, I think on a global aspect, it would rock with, like a lot of people would wear. Like you would have people dying to wear your merch. Like that's you see that? That's a
this is my newest design, and that's the one thing I wanted to do is get my graphic designs like better.
Yeah.
And shout out to my sister though, because she helped me with all my graphic designs before. But this year I really started like amping up the graphic designs, and so like I really wanted to just like setting the foundation of Trillopia was like my biggest thing.
Right.
And so going global and stuff like that is also obviously in the plan, but like if you're a clothing brand, it's like if you're in the music industry, you got a one-hit wonder, and you create one song, and now you think you can just create all these other good songs, but they don't really do as well as that other song. It's like I didn't want to be that. Like I wanted to get to the top, and I wanted to stay at the top.
Right.
And so I needed to make sure like I understood the business
I
aspect.
think you would though, man, because you got the CozyMoon too. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that mindset that you have, that's how you stay at the top.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, some things are never going to just stay irrelevant for the rest of life unless there's drama.
Yeah.
You're not drama, bro. I could tell. You know what I mean? You're staying to yourself. You're secluded. Family, I could tell that too. Kid, you know what I mean? Like you're there. So it's like if you just start doing it and boom, all right, that's going. Let's keep maintaining that. And I know you know, but it's more of like I'm just giving you advice because it's like you just have to just do it and do it. You already did it, and now it's like you sustained a well-known name around here. Yeah. So time to take it to a different state. And, you know what I mean? Branch off and give that energy there. So, you know, let's talk about CozyMoon, bro. How was that fun upon? Like, what age and stuff were you? Not like saying that because I don't want your age to be like on the camera and stuff. But like, when did it come about, or when did it come about?
CozyMoon was an idea about 3 years ago. One of my homies back in high school started calling me 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙚𝙬𝙚. And so 𝙄𝙣𝙯𝙗𝙗𝙗 is a nickname that stuck with me throughout all my years. And so 𝙄𝙗𝙯𝙗𝙗, my mom was telling me like, hey, you should make another clothing brand, but kind of like less quality clothes, because you know like Fashion Nova does their clothes, and it's like you know, very cheap and stuff like that. And but I didn't really want to go that route. I wanted to go more of a route of like luxury and like polo and like, you know, just one of those brands like Kith, like one of those brands who's like really like, if you go out, you're gonna be like, yo, let me wear some CozyMoon. Like, I want to wear this to like a very nice setting. And so it was very different from like the graphic design aspect of Trillopia, but it was like in another lane. And so CozyMoon started about 3 years ago, and it took me a while to get like the concept of it. And like, I mean, 𝙄𝙗𝙗𝙗, I took 𝙄𝙗𝙗𝙗 and just put cozy in front of it, and so CozyMoon. And so CozyMoon, like the name just kind of stuck. Like everybody thinks about CozyMoon, it's like, yo, this is an easy name.
Especially in South Carolina, because it's like Palmetto Moon. You know what I mean? You got those ideas and stuff like that. But how do you juggle like managing all this? Because it's like,
it's pretty tough, not gonna lie, because I'm the only one managing everything, working multiple social media accounts. And so right now with CozyMoon, I only release my products in the wintertime. And so that's where I found like the best, you know, balance. And but in the future, I do want to drop like spring, summer, fall, but the wintertime is where like I get the best like clothes, like jackets, sweaters, just different polo tees and stuff like that. Like, so balancing, it's a little tough, but I mean, as an entrepreneur, you gotta balance though. Like, you gotta be willing to just put it all on your shoulders. Like, you gotta be able to.
What are some like advice tips that you would give some other entrepreneurs that like running multiple, not even just multiple, but two separate fashion type deals? You know what I mean? Because that's two different type of styles. Like, how do you give someone advice on that? Like, I'm just curious, because you'd be surprised. Some people want to do Cozy and some people want to do Moon, but don't know how to do CozyMoon together. So like, I feel like you do Trillopia and CozyMoon together, like, and it's running, you know. So what are some advice tips that you would give them?
I would say the number one thing is just keeping yourself balanced and don't spread yourself too thin to where like, and just keep your ideas fresh. Like, you want to keep your ideas coming and going. Like, you don't want to make your brand feel like it's a job. Like, you want to have fun with it.
Should be something
like,
love.
You really gotta love clothing, especially if you want to be in it for a while. And so if you really love it and you want two brands, then you just gotta really balance it out. That would be the number one thing.
Do you suggest it though? Like, would you ever tell anybody like, yo, you should try to do this and then start another brand, or is it something that just like hopped up in your head? Like, you know what I mean?
I think if you get good at one brand and then you want to do another brand, then yeah. But I would definitely tell someone to stick to one brand.
They ain't Hasan.
So, but I was listening to a bunch of podcasts and stuff like that, and this guy said that he was he worked at a bank, and so he saw the information of this one guy who was like very successful. He had a lot of money in his account, and he was trying to figure out like how he had this much money, and he was like really cool with the guy though. So he asked him like, yo, like, how are you doing this? And he said, yeah, I got two clothing brands. and you would think on the outside they look like they kind of compete with each other. But he owns both of them. And so they're not competing with each other.
That's masterminding.
He was making all the income. And so I'm like, dang, that's so smart. And
think about the battle, like, yo, CozyMoon, you suck. No, you suck, Trillopia.
Like, you're like, hey, at the end of the day, like, yo, I'm still pulling in everything.
That's smart, man.
I
like that, man. So, like, is there anybody that you look up to, not even just fashion-wise, but just, like, to keep your motivation going to handling all this? Because I know you said you do a mobile home thing, too, that we talked about in the beginning. Yeah. So, like, who do you look up to get the energy? Because we all have people we look up to. Mine's 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬𝙚. Shout out to 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙚. Love you, bro. And Wiz. And, you know, Taylor Gang.
Yeah. I definitely have a few people I look up to. On a religious aspect, I definitely look up to Minister Farrakhan. On a motivational aspect, he definitely keeps me going.
Yeah.
I like listening to Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
His
new stuff?
Yeah, most definitely.
J. Cole's old stuff?
Yeah. I like his new stuff too, though. Like, and then
KOD.
Yeah, especially Drake too.
Drake hits.
Drake is definitely like my number one.
I just have to be careful with Drake, bro, because this man will get me in my feelings at the worst moment. Like if I have a song from, I forgot the album. Thank You Later. It's just like I just get sad. I don't know. Drake's different, man.
Some of his bars, like it's like like he just really gets you to a place where you want to get to his level.
Yeah.
You're like, yo.
Do you listen to his hype stuff, or do you listen to mainly like his lovey-dovey songs?
Both, but most of his hype stuff.
Yeah. Like, see, I don't like his hype. I feel like that's all cap. I love you, Drake, bro. I really do, bro. But I just don't. I love the organic Drake that I knew in Degrassi in the wheelchair. You know what I mean? That was the Drake I listened to, and after that, but it's cool, bro, because you know.
Yeah, it's the motivation.
Yeah, it is the
like especially when he was grinding to become a big rapper. Right. He was really going at it. Like,
imagine Lil Wayne, bro. Like, I can only imagine, bro. Like, I would be not mad, but just like, what did I create, bro? Yeah, that's the thing. So let's talk more about the mobile home a little bit because I do want to touch bases about everything you did before we, get to my little personal questions. Yeah. Not too many, but. What brought that up? Like, is that something you felt like you just wanted to have extra income, or is it something that you know what I mean? Because we all want to have multiple. Are you trying to reach financial freedom? That's what it kind of sounds like. Because that's a good investment too.
Yeah, that's a perfect word for it. Financial freedom.
Yeah.
And I wanted to build up more capital for my clothing brands as well. Because when you're in the clothing space, you definitely need capital. Like, if you're gonna be anything, you need money. And so
or space.
And
if you're getting mobile home space, you can do a lot of ideas and stuff like that. So that's cool, man. And I think that's do you have a name for it, or is it just something you just help? You buy the mobile home and you just flip it, or
so we named it Moon Industries.
Oh, that's
awesome. So I have a couple of business cards and stuff like that I give you. But me and my girlfriend right now, we're both into it.
Renovating, flipping,
wholesaling. Mostly we're doing wholesaling, bird flipping, or bird dogging. That's what it's called.
Okay.
But wholesaling is like the main thing that we're getting into right now.
Yeah.
And do you know Daniel and Ian?
Oh yeah, you work with them?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, shout out to them boys. Shout out to Danny and shout out to Ian Smith. Them boys are doing their thing, bro.
Yeah. They are amazing. I'm telling you right now.
I love them.
Yeah, we have business meetings all the time, and so they help me out so much. Like, they give me so much information.
Yeah, I bet, bro. Ian, quit playing with me. I know he just had his little surgery. He gonna watch his life. So I'm like, bro, I told you to hop on the podcast. I'm trying to get Ian on here. I'm waiting for Danny to hit me up too. But y'all are grinding, bro. I didn't know y'all were all clicked in like that. That's awesome, bro, because I think a lot of times in order to do the things that we're doing, especially to reach the financial freedom, you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, for real.
As much as you want to do it by yourself, you can't. You need a team. And I think a lot of times it's balance, and I feel like y'all have a group of balanced people, independent. Not, I don't want to dig that deep, but like y'all are all in y'all's own thing, doing your own thing. Right. That's awesome, bro. But no, other than that and stuff like that, when you wake up, can you always be yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, most definitely.
What solidifies that? Like, what makes that what makes you Hasan? What makes you different than other people when you wake up?
When I wake up, I just feel as though I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Like, I'm in a good headspace. Working out, confidence will build that up for you. Just knowing hey, I don't have to That's the biggest thing. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Like, nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Like,
the only people you should be proving is your parents and your girl and your kid and stuff like that. If you want to talk about that too, that's a big achievement in life, man. Like, congratulations. I know it's the father. He's the Trill father.
Just had a baby boy. Shout out to Ahmad.
Awesome.
February 28th.
Congratulations.
Shout out to my girlfriend too. She's definitely a trooper.
That's your soulmate, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I think a lot of times when we become a father, or when some people become fathers, it's like they kind of lose track of life. And I think you're not. Like, I think you got it all figured out. But I do gotta ask, are you gonna have your kid in CozyMoon or Trillopia?
Mostly CozyMoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it gotta be a little cozy. Yeah. But I just have to ask because, like, bro gonna come out either Trill or gonna be a little...
He's got a look about himself to where he's very, like proper and very just
so cozy
clean.
The way.
So,
I like the way you think because I already knew where you were going. And then the fleeces you did for him, bro. If I had money, I would already bought them, bro. But I'm broke. But it's part of life, man. You know. And this is the other thing too. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I do want to say this because I just learned this in life. But if you can't do what you love for free, then don't do it. Because it's like a lot of times you think that you should be given something every time you do something. That's not how it is. You got to put in work, late nights. You gotta cry, you gotta lose people, not like that, but just in the journey of doing it, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's real, man, and I think it's I think it's beautiful being in here with in the room with someone like him because he's been doing this for almost 2-3 years since I've met him.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like since I started.
I'm talking about 6 years right now.
Yeah. I meant like kind of. I know you do your thing, but I meant since like I met you, and you still go.
Yeah.
Like you haven't stopped since I started because I didn't know you before I started, and then when I started, I'm like trying to dabble in, look around, work with people. I don't want to bring up people that are not doing it right now. But it's like there's people that have not done anything since I met you. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm proud of you, bro. The one and only Hasan, founder of Trillopia and CozyMoon, and doing mobile homes and stuff, bro. And I'm proud of you for who you're becoming and what this interview is long overdue. But I'm glad we kind of waited because now the anticipation it felt good. Yeah, and it does really feel like a relief because I think he has the game plan in his hand. He just ain't telling nobody, and that's what you have to do, And I just can't wait for it because if there's anybody I look up to him for a while. And there's some other people, but I want to give you the flowers now right here because I've been looking up to you since I started, and we just have to come together, man. And I talked about this before the camera, but it's like the only way to really do that is just show support, man. Buy merch and stuff when you can, and share, like, comment and stuff like that. And it's beautiful. I don't want to rant, but it's cool to just finally be doing stuff and meeting people that I've been since the beginning. And it's only, I can't imagine our next interview. We might not even be in South Carolina. But is there anything else you want to talk about before we go? Where can we find you on social media real quick?
So you can find me at, if you want to find my clothing brand, Trillopian Gear on Instagram, TRILLOPIAN Gear, GEAR, kind of a long name, but it's okay. CozyMoon, Instagram, CozyMoon, and 3 O's. Somebody stole the actual CozyMoon. I don't know. So I had to make.
You know how people are. They be in bed at 4 a.m. I need to change my username. I'm Cozy and there's a moon. Just so weird.
Yeah, literally.
But no, I was gonna ask you. Don't have a link tree or like anything that like leads all of it to one? You should look into that.
I don't have that.
Look up to that. If you don't have a link tree now, link tree is free and you can literally it's just one little link and it has all your stuff on it. So you can have CozyMoon, mobile homes, this and this and this, vlog of making the clothes, which you need to start doing. So it's a lot, man. Y'all need to tap in with your boy. I could teach you some stuff. But the social media, anything else?
If you have any questions, just hit me up about making clothes. Like, I'll answer any questions you got.
Yeah, man.
I'm always willing to help somebody out. And if you want to collab, if you want to just hit me up, like, yo, caught my merch, like, yo, I'll definitely support.
Man, and keep being yourself, most importantly, and being original, which you do. And the other thing I was going to say is, dang, it just went out of my head. Crap, my cat is sitting underneath here, and I just looked out and it messed me up.
A beautiful cat.
Yeah, he's too big. But it was something I was going to say. Crap, man. Yeah, I guess. That's what happens when you do interviews, man. I have like questions just like flaring in the back of my head 24/7. But it's been beautiful. Dang, I tried to get it back. Alright guys, I love every single one of you guys. It was beautiful. Shout out to CozyMoon and Trillopia. The one and only Hasan. Remember, stay true to yourself. The only way to achieve your dreams is through you. You got to get up every single day. You got to want it. Even if you fail and mess up, you got to get up. I love every single one of you guys. Peace.
Peace.